How's it going, everybody? Welcome back. Happy Sunday. I hope you're staying safe if you're caught in that wicked snow belt that's going across some of the northern United States, southern Canada. I know I'm caught in it right now. Today we're going from Houston, Texas. You can see we're at the Houston airport to Tyler, Texas, and we're taking a load of gravel. Let's go ahead and start our truck up here. Take the air brake off. And I neglected to put a GPS in it, so we're gonna have to turn the map on, unfortunately, but is what it is. Go ahead and get on our way here. Really cool little animation for the Houston airport. You can actually drive in and out of this gigantic cargo plane that's behind me. Pretty neat. I'll just slow down and wait for the gate to open. Beauty. We are driving today the Mack Pinnacle and the tri-axle dump trailer, both of which I will link in the description in case you want to pick them up for yourself. Pretty cool little animations. The interior of this truck, I'll show you here once we get it onto the road. Really well done. And shouldn't be too much traffic coming out of here. Beauty. Come up to this stop sign. Interior is pretty cool, as you can see. A nice red and two-tone. You can also do it in blue. I chose the red, though. The dash is pretty well done. Not bad. I would have thrown a GPS up there, but I forgot. Got a little bunkie back there. Pretty cool. Not sure what that little thing is, but it's there. Go ahead and make a left turn onto the roadway here. And then we're going to merge up and get onto the highway. Oh, we missed the advanced green. Oh, well. Quite the string of traffic that's backed up down the other way there. Not sure what's going on with that. There we go. We have our advanced. Go ahead and get out onto the highway here. Kind of looking like it might storm a little bit off to the corner over here. And speaking of storms, I cannot even believe right now the amount of snow that we have gotten here in Ontario. It is mind-blowing. It has literally just been snowing for the last 3 days, maybe. And it just doesn't look like it's gonna stop. I have to go back to work tomorrow, and I'm not even sure if I'm gonna be able to make it into work. So it's just I can't believe. I spent 2 hours yesterday snow blowing, and I have some elderly neighbors that live around me, so I figured, you know what, I'll help them out, snow blow their driveways. So what I was hoping was going to be, a quick little hour endeavor turned into 3 hours of snow blowing. But do I want to see them out there busting their backs trying to shovel snow? No. So we did that, and then today my girlfriend was working, so I figured, you know what, we have a wedding coming up that I need to get a tie for. Oops, sorry about that. Didn't mean to cut you off there, brother. I have a wedding that we have to go to, so I went, you know what, today, it's a Sunday. I'll go to the mall, I'll go to the gym, and I'll, get the stuff that I need to get for the wedding. So I went out this morning, woke up at, 10:30, and I shoveled the driveway, and as I finished, it started to snow, but I was like, it's not too bad. There's a bit of snow on the ground, but it's nothing horrible. And I drive just a small little hatchback. It's front wheel drive, which probably is not the best for Canadian winters, but I have snow tires on it, and generally I don't do too bad. We have to bypass the way station, which is nice. We'll go ahead and merge onto the highway here, Interstate 45. So anyway, I leave, and I get down my road. It's a little bumpy. There's quite a bit of snow, but I leave, and I go down the road, and I get out. And it's very clear that they haven't plowed any of the side streets, because where I live, the city is sort of encompassed by two gigantic hills on either side, and so they focus primarily they focus the resources on those hills to make sure that big trucks and stuff can move freely and not get stuck, and they do their best to keep those, sanded and salted and plowed, and the secondary streets kind of get done second, and my street is the dead end street, so it generally gets gets serviced last. What do we got up here? Kind of an accident or something? Kind of looks like it. At least we're in the right lane. So I generally get service last just because it's a dead end street. So, there's very minimal traffic that uses it, although there is traffic. But generally once every 48 hours, they'll plow it. So it was plowed yesterday at 6:30. Been about a day. It's been, continued snowing. And I think we need to get one more lane over. Go ahead. Oh, this guy's going to let us in. Beautiful. Thank you, good sir. I didn't realize he was across both lanes. What's happening here? Is the highway closed? I think we have to detour. That's wild. I've never seen that. I hope there's a proper detour to go around this. Huh. Interesting. Like there's a helicopter or something somewhere. Anyway, so, generally gets plowed every 48 hours. And so it was plowed yesterday at 6:30. And since then, it has just continued snowing nonstop. Like, it's almost dumb how much it has snowed over the last 24 hours. So I go out this morning, snow blow my driveway, and I snow blow, the parking spot at my house. And I decide, you know what, I have some errands to run today. So I'm just going to snow blow a little bit down the road just so I can get out and kind of drive. So I do that. It doesn't take too long, whatever. And then I get in my car and I drive out, no problem. All good. We go out, I, go down, and I do what I need to do. And I get down into like the main city, and I very quickly realize that, like, even though they are focusing the resources on the hills on both ends, they are not maintained very well. And I drive a front wheel drive car, and I'm like, there's no way that I'm getting stuck going up there. So I was like, you know what, today's not the day, it's not worth it. We'll just shut it down and I'll do it another day. So then becomes the challenge of where do I turn around, because none of the side streets are plowed and I can't turn around on the main street. So I find a spot, I get stuck, I manage to get my car free, I get out, and I start driving back home. Well, my road, again, obviously hasn't been plowed yet, so when I come back, it's now about a half hour later, and that much more snow has fallen. And I go to turn onto my street, and as soon as I turn onto it, I get stuck, like right at the end of the road. And I'm like, oh my God. So I start like rocking my car back and forth. Nothing happens. It's absolute trash. I'm like, okay. I managed to get it off the road enough that I'm like, I can go and get my snowblower and come back, but I definitely can't leave my car here for forever. So I go and get my snowblower, I bring it back, and I start snowblowing the road. Like, and I'm in the middle of the road snowblowing it because I need some room to get like good traction to be able to get my car to have enough momentum that I can then drive up the road and at least park it. Like, just get it off the road. I don't even care if I don't run my errands. I just want to get my car off the road. So that's fine. I spend an hour and a half doing that, and I finally get it to a point where, like, I'm rocking the car back and forth. It's not going anywhere. And I'm like, I'm screwed. Like, where am I going to put my car? I can't leave it here. I can't get it up the road. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to turn the traction control off, and I'm just going to gun it. And I do. And then I put it in drive, and I gun it. And I get enough momentum forward that I get up the hill. I get around the corner. And as soon as I level out flat on my street, my car shuts off in the middle of the road. It just stops. All the dash lights come on, and I'm like, awesome. I've broken my car on this day when it's snowy. I'm wet, I'm cold, my car is now broken, I'm not gonna be able to go to work. Like, what do I do? I'm like, whatever. I put it in park, and thank God it starts up. It must have stalled. I don't know, maybe the amount of snow underneath it, but it starts, and I managed to get it going again, and I drive it down the road and I park it. That took up the majority of my day. What was supposed to be a day of video games and recording content and doing whatever turned into that gong show because I was too stupid to say, you know what, don't go to the gym and just go buy your tie on a different day. Anyway, here we are now 3 hours later. It's 4:42 p.m. I'm going to go over. I don't know if that was the right move or not. But we're here. We made it. So, and now we're hauling through Texas where it looks like it's nice and warm. But I just can't believe it. Like, we are getting hammered bad in Ontario, but like Buffalo has pretty much twice what we have. And, you know, at least I am used to it up here where I live, because I've lived here and I've dealt with winters like this for the last 5 years. But I think this is the last 2 days is the most I have ever seen it snow. And it's wild. And we don't have half the snow that Buffalo has. So if anybody's watching from Buffalo, I hope you're staying safe. I, you know, can appreciate the struggle that you're going through right now. It's chaotic, but you'll get through it. It's okay. Keep your food stocked. If you have a generator, keep it full of gas and just ride it out. It'll melt eventually. You can't tell me that it's going to stay, because we haven't even had a proper frost yet. So the other kicker to that is that what's going to happen is it's going to snow like it's snowing right now for, I don't know, a couple more days probably. And then it's gonna stop snowing, and it's gonna warm up, and everything is gonna melt, and everything is gonna flood, and it's gonna be crazy. And I'm hoping that I don't get any water in my basement, but who knows? I've had it once. I think it was like 2 years ago. Kind of the same concept. It snowed a whole bunch, and then it went away. And it had a little bit of water, not a whole lot. Like, it was okay. It wasn't too bad. But man, I'm telling you, I cannot believe the amount of snow. Like, it is wild how much snow there is right now. And it's not done. So, and we'll see what that brings for work and whatnot, and where we go. My poor girlfriend has walked to work the last 2 days simply because she can't get her car out. And I think what I need to do is I think I need to make an investment in some kind of all-wheel drive vehicle. Whether probably a pickup truck, because it's just not feasible or practical to drive a small front-wheel drive car up here. It's just not. I need to turn my lights on. It was okay where I came from before, you know, because I mean, for the majority of the part, the roads were plowed. But like up here, they just get so much snow that it's not practical. I need to invest in like maybe a pickup truck or car. I wanted to get a Colorado ZR2, but they're revamping that truck and, you know, re-releasing it in 2023, which would be ideal to get one of those. You know, maybe I just tough it out for this winter and kind of say it is what it is and just stick it out. But at some point I need to get an all-wheel drive vehicle, because it's just, you know, even for my girlfriend and I, just to have one reliable vehicle that we, you know, if it gets blowy like this and say we need to go to the grocery store, we need to go get gas, we can get out and we can go and grab that. But for now, we'll just stick it out. Hopefully I can work from home. We'll see. It'd be pretty sweet if they approve that. And I mean, if I can't get into work safely, I don't really see how they can't, but who knows. On a complete side note, I redid the settings for my microphone, so I'm hoping that the voice recording of my Audio-Technica BP40 is a little bit better than what it was before. I played around with some gain and stuff, because I found that before it was picking up a lot of the echo in my room, just because there's not a lot of sound dampening material down here yet, you know, since I moved. And I think I fixed it slightly, but I'm not entirely sure. I'm hoping it does. If it sounds okay, just leave a comment, say something, make a comment about it. If you look at some of the other American Truck Simulator videos that I've done, those were the old settings that I was using. I used kind of a new one now, so I think it'll be okay. Just a matter to wait and see. We're coming up now. We're about 93 miles out. Beautiful little look at what our overhead lights on our truck look like. Kind of neat to see all the cars behind us. There'll be a link in the description as well for the quality of life mods that I have in here. You'll notice that most of the trucks are real world trucks. You got that Coca-Cola truck up there. This Volkswagen, I think it's like a Tiguan, or supposed to be a Tiguan. That video will be linked in the description as well. There's about 30 of them, and that entire video will show you what to download and the order to put them in so that they don't crash. Get some cool things like that. That detour that we had to take was also one of the mods called Nate's Random Events, I think. And it's got like 70-something random events that just spawn throughout your state that you're trucking in. So it's pretty cool. It adds a little bit of depth to the game. You get those paramedic buses, all that cool stuff. Little Dodge Ram, little single cab. That's pretty cool. I've been looking as well to try and find a steering wheel. I'd like to do some more ATS content and maybe like a little bit of farm simulator content. But I think it would be that much more enjoyable for me to play it with a steering wheel, because right now I'm playing with my PlayStation 4 controller, which is fine. But I think it would just be that much more fun if I could find some kind of a steering wheel. You know, even if it wasn't a permanent solution. I need to get over. I'm gonna go ahead and go. Oops, sorry. You know, something temporary just to tie me over until I can save up to buy something of quality. I've been looking at the Logitech G920. I like the little gear shifter that comes with it, and the G922. It's just a matter of figuring out, do I want to just bite the bullet and spend a good amount, you know, a couple hundred or even 1,000, or am I okay to just get a feel with it with the 920 or the 922? I've been looking on Kijiji and stuff. I'm sure something will pop up eventually. You know, something of a bargain that's used, just so I can experience what it's like. I think would be kind of fun. And we need to get over into this lane here because we are going to make a right turn. And we can make that right turn on the red. There's KFC. We get a big crunch combo. A spicy big crunch. I don't know why KFC is open at 11 p.m., but there we are, 61 miles away from Tyler. Our guy is looking good in terms of fatigue. We've got tons of gas, and we're 56 miles out. I love that the speed limit here is 75 miles an hour. It feels like we're flying when we're going that fast. Kind of wild. One thing about this truck that is kind of, I don't know if I like it or not, is that when you're outside, like when we're inside the cab, it's quite loud. But when you're outside, there's not, you can hear it, but it's very quiet compared to even the ambient sounds. I would have expected a little bit more of like a rumble or something, maybe. It's not horrible, but I mean, it's not the best sound pack in the world, I wouldn't say. Again, both the truck and the trailer that we're using in this video will be linked in the description, as well as the quality of life mods that I have installed. Various number of things. Gas prices, realistic billboards, realistic vehicles, all that good stuff, just to immerse you in the game a little bit more. Super easy to install. It's a whole tutorial. 31 mods. The only one that I didn't put in, I think, is called, it's like smoke in my truck or something like that. And it was supposed to add some smoke to the smokestacks of your truck. The reason I took it out was when you put it in, it's a continuous animation. So I would have wanted it where, like, if the engine was running, yes, there would have been smoke coming out of the smokestacks. And it would have been really cool if it had reacted to the RPMs of your engine. But what happens with it is when you put it in, even if your engine is off, it still spews smoke out the smokestacks. And I was like, that's not realistic. And maybe it's just me being a little bit over anal, but I don't know. It bugged me, so I took it out. I'm sure someday or somewhere there is a mod. I just haven't found it yet, but something just to touch on the realistic smoke for a truck. I don't even know how hard that would be to animate. Maybe it's much more difficult than I'm making it out to be, and that's why it isn't out there. But who knows? And we're coming up here 21 miles away from our destination. We should get there just the right amount of time. I don't really think that this was time sensitive at all anyway, so it really doesn't matter. Kind of a little shop here. This is Chandler. And the speed limit reduces. 45 miles an hour. Walmart on the right there. Denny's. Pretty cool. Taco Bell. We get a Crunchwrap Supreme. So many good fast food joints on this little trip that we've done here. Tyler's 10 miles out, but it looks like our destination is actually just going to be up here on the right, so we may not even have to go into Tyler, which is kind of sweet. It'll just be a matter of getting ourselves locked in and making that delivery. I'm going to assume that's not this one. Kind of a cool little industrial area over here. It looks like almost like a power transformer station. I think our destination is actually going to be right up here. Here it is. True Form Tint. And we'll figure out where they want us to put the trailer here. Where do you need it? They're going to want us to put it over to the left there. Can I go that way? Can. Make sure we don't hit our trailer here. And they're going to want us to back it straight on in right there. That's not too bad. We'll pull straight ahead and we should just be a simple little reverse. That's it. Our trailer's not overly long either, which is kind of nice. Ooh, I'm a little bit crooked. That was a bad start. I couldn't see where the pylon was. All right, there we go. We're good. We'll straighten it out here a little bit. There we go. Beauty. And we'll just straighten her out. Back into the pylons here. Perfect. And back a little bit more. There we go. If you're seeing this, it means that you've made it through the entire video, and I truly thank you for that because that means you're the MVP for supporting this channel. If you enjoyed it, hit the subscribe button down below here, turn the notifications on, and please leave some comments on the videos. Whether you liked it, whether you didn't like it, content that you want to see, suggestions, anything. I'm totally open for it. I will reply to the comments as they come into the videos. And again, thank you so much. If you are, experiencing any inclement weather, stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you on the next one, okay? Take care now. Bye-bye.